What is the best lesson you've learned so far about acting? On stage, anything from a teacher or fellow actor or actress that still rings true today?
To be generous with each other on the stage or while performing, even if it's on a TV show or a film, to be generous, to come prepared, to be there on time. That's the most valuable lesson I've learned. To have the discipline that comes with the craft of acting. Many people forget. They get involved into celebrity status and whatnot, and then you forget what got you there to be a celebrity in the first place. It was your craft, your excellence in your craft. And I think that's something we cannot lose perspective on, that we are mainly actors. Actors and actors work with each other. In the theater, you work collectively. In TV and film, you work collectively. So as not to never forget that it's not you who's doing the work, it's a lot of people that are making you look good also.
Talk us through your first Broadway show. What was it like getting the call that you got the job? And
Uh,
how was the experience?
my first Broadway show was Goodbye Fidel. It lasted, I think, a week on Broadway. So it was not successful. It was opposite Jane Alexander. And what happened was I was doing my first off-Broadway show in New York at the time. I was rehearsing and about to open my first off-Broadway ever, which afforded me to be in the union, in the Actors Equity Union in New York. And so they had a cattle call or an open call for Goodbye Fidel. And I decided to go for my first audition on a Broadway play. There were like maybe 400 people in line. So we were all seen. They gave us a monologue from the play to prepare. It was a Miliciana from Cuba, which ended up being played by Kathy Bates. And so we did the I did the Miliciana. Oh, going on that stage, it was the first Broadway stage I've ever been on in my life for the audition. It was like a movie because everything was like dark in front of you, and then the table with the lights on them, and then the voices speaking at you. You wouldn't see their faces. So after I did my monologue, they asked me if I could speak French. And I said, je ne parle pas très bien, mais j'ai entendre un petit peu. That was all I said. And they said, oh, that's great. Thank you very much. And lo and behold, that's what I ended up doing, the part of a French woman in Goodbye Fidel. And I only had one line that would say, quel dommage. That was my claim to fame. Um, so that was my first experience, a cattle call. I get the job, and I was rehearsing my first Broadway play at the same time that I was performing my first off-Broadway play in the evenings. And I was rehearsing in the daytime for the Broadway show. So it was a great experience. 1980, New York. Yes.